Yeah, did you like that weird clown laugh in the beginning? Yeah, no, okay. The reason I did a weird clown laugh instead of my normal intros is because today I'm going to be talking about Ouija boards. Now, before this video actually starts, I'm actually going to just say straight off the bat that next week, next Saturday or Sunday, I don't know, maybe even Monday, I'm actually going to be adding paranormal things to my channel, regardless if I reach 150 subs. It's just 150 subs. It was just a nice little thing to think about if I would ever reach that, but the whole paranormal thing will include the whole Bloody Mary, a Ouija board, Charlie challenge thing. I'll be calling quote-unquote numbers that I should not call, and whatever, just to see if they work, you know? But enough of that. This is my scariest Ouija board experience. And I have actually been doing this with a friend, not my own. I don't own an Ouija board, or I do, I made one myself, which is why I want to use it next week. But I'm just going to see if it works, and I'm going to post it on camera. But seriously, this is how it goes. This all dated back to 8th grade. And I'm just over at my friend's, right? Just chilling, doing whatever I can, drinking some coffee. Yes, I've been drinking coffee my whole life. Coffee is love. Coffee is alive. Now, I'm sorry for deafening you, but then as I was just sitting there drinking coffee, rocking back and forth like a psychopath in a padded cell, I am sorry, that was actually really offensive. But seriously, as I was just drinking the coffee as I possibly could, I was just being on my phone or whatever, talking to my friend, and my friend's like, hey, guess what I found in my attic? And then from under his shirt, he pulls out an Ouija board, and I'm like, dude, where'd you get that? He's like, I just told you, my attic. And I really want to use it, man, let's do this. I don't think it's real. At the time, I also didn't think it's real, except I was like, should I do it, should I not? And then my friend's like, okay, I got an idea. Just to make it scarier, let's do it at midnight. And so I met my friends until midnight. It was really fun. I am just waiting there. Okay, I'm just checking if my microphone's working, sorry. Okay, so I'm just waiting there until midnight, right? And then, by then, all we were doing was just playing games on his PS3. I also had my laptop there, so I was just PC gaming on there, right? It's just fun. We've all just been doing whatever we possibly can, drinking more coffee, and more coffee, and more coffee. Should I repeat? And more coffee. But seriously, my throat now hurts. But seriously, wow, I should just stop annoying you guys with that word. That's not good when I notice that I'm repeating a word, because it's probably way too annoying for you guys to listen to. And so I'm just sitting there, right? Afterwards, it's already 12 AM, and my friend's like, okay, let's do this. And so he lights up candles around, and we sit in the basement, right? And then my other friend's like, hey, wait, I have this weird thing, and out of his backpack he pulls out a doll, and he's like, it's actually haunted, I'm not joking. I bought it online, simply because it's haunted. And back then, like I said, we were really into paranormal things. I still kind of am, but not to that point. Not to the point where I'd be, well, actually, for the channel, yes, but in my free time, And so I'm just sitting there, right? And then I'm getting ready for the whole thing, and he's like, okay, so what you have to do is you have to put your fingers on it, and then we have to warm up the board. And by warming up means rotate it in circles a couple of times. And so that's what we did, right? And afterwards, we had our hands on the whole time, and then I was the one, and then he was the one to ask the first question. He's like, is there anyone here? And then the board sort of started going into an infinity sign at first, and then it went to yes, and we're like, okay, this is getting kind of fun. And I'm over there just shaking, like, what's going on? Well, not shaking legit, but just like, oh, okay, I'm out, sort of thing. But we still had our hands on, and we barely were holding the whole thing, and that's where it was going. It was, that's not the language, be quiet. But as it went to yes, it went back to the center, and then we're like, wow, okay, let's ask it its name. And we asked its name, and then it was all like, well, it didn't actually give a name, but it actually said something like B-A-A-L or something like that, B-A-E-L, something like that. I forgot. But that's what it went to, and we didn't know what it was. And of course we googled it afterwards, and apparently it's a demon and whatever. But we didn't know that at the time. So we're just sitting there as it's at the center. I'm like, wow, Ball or Baal or whatever? Who's that? And we're like, are you human? And then it went, and then it actually didn't go to yes or no. It actually went to the OUIJA sign. You know, like on the top of the board, there's the OUIJA sign, and that's what it went to. And then it went back, and we're like, okay, then this is getting kind of fun now. And of course, we of course read on instructions on how to use it, what to ask, what not to ask. And then we asked its age, and it immediately went to 0. And the instructions said to immediately stop after it went to 0. And we're like, you know what? Something is actually happening. Something is actually happening with our lives. Let's just continue. And so, of course, we continued because we were crazy. And then my friend has done the craziest thing ever. The one who has started the whole thing. He's like, okay, if you're really here, prove it. Physically prove it. And then after he said that, the board just went to what's it called? It just went to the side of the board, the planchette. It went to the side of the board, and it started going around the edges. It went down, then to the left, then up, then to the right, and it was just going around the board, and it went 3 times until a book was thrown at my friend's arm. I'm not joking. The book just flew across the room, smacked him in the arm, and then the words, "Thank you," spelled out. And then afterwards, we're like, what are you thanking us for? And then all it spelled out was, released me, or something like that. Oh my gosh, I'm even getting the chills from the memories. And then afterwards, what he did is, he's like, okay, if you're really here, prove once more. And then the whole table just, not the whole table flipped, but the table that was next to us in the dark part of the room that wasn't lit by the candles, just was, it like fell and whatever. Well, it didn't fall, but like it actually did fall, but it fell on its side, and the chairs were all down, and we all heard this, and we're like, okay, this is getting scary. I'm gonna quit now. He's like, no, you can't quit, otherwise you're gonna be haunted forever. And I'm like, oh, nice. And then we're like, and then of course I had to ask, being the little dumbass that I was, I'm like, where are you? And then it spelled out, behind you. And then we all turned around, and behind us was the darkest corner of the room. And I could have sworn, and my friends also confirmed, that they saw like a shadow, like the darkness, like the shadow right in the dark, like shifted away and started moving, and it all happened really fast. And I'm like, hey, did you see that, guys? Hey. And we're like, and my friend just like, yes, I did see that, dude. You're not the only one? I thought I was the one being crazy here. And then at that point, we're like, okay, you know what? Forget this. I am not gonna continue. End the session now. And my friend was like, and then my friend was all like, yeah, man, okay, I'll do it right now. I'll end this whole thing. And then he said, okay, thank you for speaking with us. Goodbye. And then he was gonna put it on goodbye, but the board went to no. And then we went to goodbye, and that's when the whole thing ended. That was the scariest experience I've had with the Ouija board. It was extremely scary and tense at the time, a lot. And I am probably never going to be doing it again. Especially in the basement. And my covers have shifted, and it's kind of weird. Oh wait, never mind, it's just my cat. Oops. But seriously, I do hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, leave a like, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. And again, an Ouija board, by many, can be considered either just a game, or to some others it's legit real. But this is just my experience. This is my experience with the whole thing. And this is just my scariest experience. And it's not the only. I've actually done another one, but it wasn't as scary. All we did was just contact my dead grandfather, and it was nothing bad. But seriously, this is all I have for today. Next week you guys are gonna see, well, not live, but I might actually start live streaming when I do paranormal things, just in case something happens and I don't have quote-unquote enough time to upload it to YouTube and whatnot. But I hope to see you all in another video, guys. Peace out.